All right, pay attention. Doing some products today, some EPZ to be exact. And let's get going, shall we? Now, first up is going to be the collaboration between Tipsy and EPZ. Now, this one is 70 bones, and this one is called the Star One. So either you get there's two of them. There's a dark star and a something star, but we'll get to that in a second, okay? Just relax. The goal for this bad boy is live broadcasting. I went too fast again. Let's go and just divulge a little into it. Tipsy and EPZ Alliance embark on an audio journey that combines Tipsy's decades of experience in professional audio and stage monitoring with EPZ's cutting-edge circuit and acoustic hardware research and development. This collaboration ensures a unique and groundbreaking audio experience. Xing Yao, number one unprecedented experience. Witness the fusion of Tipsy's innovation design language and EPZ's exceptional performance and craftsmanship, delivering an unparalleled... Didn't I just read that? Marketing, guys. Specially developed for live broadcasting and monitoring. This is important. Okay, tailored for extended wear during live broadcast. These earphones boast professional ear return characteristics. I'm thinking about that. With high impedance, low sensitivity, noise suppression, low distortion, and high restoration sound effects. They provide a pure and immersive sound experience. I love this marketing stuff. It's great. Electric regulation dynamic driver. Jesus, that sounds amazing. Powered by the next generation LCD dome composite diaphragm. It's plastic. The electric regulation dynamic driver delivers pure sound quality, clear vocals, and powerful bass. This innovative technology sets a new standard for audio clarity and precision. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, okay. Now, a couple of the standout features. I love hoopla. You know, all of what they said was actually true. I got the one with the 2-meter cord. I just really wanted to see what a 2-meter cord was looking like, and it looks freaking long. Is what it looks like. So if you were doing live broadcasting and were running around in a chair and you were reaching for this and doing that, right? I think it'd be smart to have a really long 2-meter cord versus the 1.2 typical meter. So bravo, actually, for, you just didn't spew out a whole bunch of marketing hoopla. You actually came to the table with a product that was going to do what you said you were going to do. Goals for live broadcasting, clear vocal, surging bass. So that was their goal on their packaging, and I say goal achieved. Bass is prominent, sure enough. Actually has decent sounding bass. I actually don't mind this little driver whatsoever. We'll pull up a graph in a bit, too, just to give you an idea. So when I'm talking about the pin gain, so that's where the rise up into the upper mids and treble. This faster rise typically leads to what some chi-fi companies call female poison. Have you ever seen that? That's what it means, right? So it puts out a little bit more prominent upper mids to make female vocals pop, stand out for sure. And that makes the overall mid sound a bit forward. So if you were trying to determine what kind of overall sound profile this was without actually looking at a graph or don't really care, it is a very prominent kind of V shape. So there's a lot of bass, goes down into really scooped out actually, and then it climbs quite high up into the upper mids and treble. So for those of you who like V-shape IEM'S, you're going to really like this one. And the tuning of this IEM, actually. Though not my preferred tuning. I actually appreciate that the fact that I can get it up to medium volumes and not be sibilant, and still play quite loud for music-wise. It's quite enjoyable for me for short sessions. If I was listening to this for buying it for music, then I would use it as a something that I would use at the gym, right? For working out at a short session to, high energy, boom, 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 away we go. Overall, I think they achieved their goal. They made a nice, smaller shell. I got the black ones. Super pretty. It's got a little vent on the back side of it. The nozzles have a little brass nozzle on the end. It's got a nice big left and right marked on it for people like me. Here I've used JVC spiral dots, but that's because I want to tame the highs a little bit. Like I said, goal achieved. $70, and it'll do what if you're looking for a single dynamic. Maybe there's different choices out there. In fact, we're going to talk about that one next. And let's jump into that, actually. So the next two products I'm going to talk about are also from EPZ. Now, firstly, I've got this cable that I bought. It's a graphene cable, and don't laugh at me, but I saw it kind of had a blue tint to it, and I was like, "Whoa, that's pretty." And then when I got it, I was like, "Damn, this is a really, really well-made cable. Like the braid is super tight, and it's got a nice kind of almost rubbery feel, but zero microphonics. Like absolutely fantastic. I actually really like this cable." Very simple ends. They are kind of they're not the recessed type. They're kind of fit a little flush, and there's a little bit of an end to them in case you have a recessed socket. But you know what? I really like this cable. And the other part of it is modular, and again, I like the extra weight of these, and I have a SIMGOT cable as well that's modular that does the same thing, but I like the extra weight of the end of these cables. I mean, it might sound silly, but just feels premium. How's that? I think this cable was about $80 US. I have to convert everything to Canadian, and it messes me up sometimes, sorry. That's the cable. On the end of the cable is, now this is to me the one to talk about. If you've watched my EPZ Q5 video, you will see that I like that IEM very much. Didn't take into much consideration of the fact that it looks like my Meze Advars. You're forgiven, because they were white, so they don't look the same. But for sound quality, they were actually very, very good. And now my daughter has taken them over, and I can't get them back. So along comes this little guy, and this is called the G10. And I've heard people really like this one, and I think I can enlighten you a little bit more, probably about why, but you might not know why. So this little guy, also a 10 millimeter LCP cone, which is basically plastic. And then Tipsy, get it the hell out of the way. Jesus, you animal. And a PU surround, a surround, which also translate to a rubber surround. So those aren't anything too spectacular, but they seem to be the new norm, what people love. Now this one says it's developed for gamers. Okay, I actually really like the fact that EPZ is stating who are these for, because I think it does give you a kind of an idea. Now, I heard from gamers, and I'm not one, right? Clash of Clans is not very competitive, but I heard for gamers that you don't want too much bass. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, or please don't. And you do like a lot of, or enough high end or clear high end to hear like footsteps and you know, somebody loading a gun to the back of your head, that kind of stuff, right? And placements and stuff, imaging. Okay. I will tell you, if that's what you're looking for, you're going to get a phenomenal IEM. Hold on, my camera's freaking out, so let me turn this thing off. I'm in the dark. I feel better. I'm not illuminated anymore, but that's okay. First of all, I'm going to tell you a little secret, and if you're just joining me on my channel and you haven't watched my Plunge Audio Unity video, it's a good one to watch because it's an educational one as well. And it has to do with shell shape design and nozzle insertion and angle. Okay, so let me take off this Dunu SNS tip. There's a tip for you on this tip to use this tip. It's a good tip to have with this tip. And now this little guy, and I'm going to see if I can take a picture. The Q5 also had very good sound quality because it managed to get into your ear and up and in to where the angle of your inner ear. Where are you, Tipsy? If I were to look at these two IEM'S, both the same side, you will see that the Tipsy kind of, the resin shell kind of, the nozzle goes out and up this way. That's not the way our ears actually work. Our ears go up, in, up, and back. And that is exactly what they did with the G10. I don't know why they don't make all the shells the same. This shell is fantastic. Because of this angle of this nozzle and this bulbous end, again, I talked about that before with other IEM'S, it fits into your ear and it goes up into your ear in the correct angle. So not only is comfort fantastic, but it projects sound straight into your ear without making an ear tip do weird shit, right? Now, I used a Dunu SNS. When I do this, man, do I get also this nozzle is a little bit longer. I get a massively deep insertion and the imaging that I get. So gamers, if you're looking for imaging, G10, it's going to do it just because you didn't know that that little nozzle is going right up into your ear canal the way it's supposed to be. It's awesome. What I love about this set, now this one is less bassy than the Q5 and the Star One. More neutral, so it's not so V-shaped. That's kind of what I love about it. So combining about all of the little things together. So the more relaxed, a lot more relaxed in the pinna gain with this one, and also more relaxed with the bass. It then makes it more of a balanced IEM. But one thing that stood out to me was the highs. are absolutely terrific on this single DD. Really, really well done. A pleasure. I was listening to Robert Plant, Ship of Fools. Phenomenal. Some IEM'S, like the Tipsy, is too much. It's tips over the side of treble. And the Q5, even a bit too much on that. Whereas this one was fantastic. And it was a standout impression. So, not yes, it has less bass, but and it also has less highs than it's less V-shaped, right? Put the cable down. The stage is wider. It just hits more of what I am looking for in the musical side. If you were, again, not a gamer, but we're looking at maybe picking up the G10 for music. And I think out of all three, I think the G10 is the most accurate, which is funny because all three, you listen to the Star one, you listen to this one, and you listen to the Q5, and tonally, they have very similar characteristics in the driver. The way the vocals are clear and they present nicely. But the way they sound, all three sound very similar, just with a bit different tuning. Out of the three, if I were looking for strictly music, though I like bass, I would probably pick up the G10. The Q5 would be a close second, and the Tipsy would be, for my preferences, again, probably the one I would pick up. But again, this one's geared to a different audience, and it's perfect for that, right? Gamers might actually really like that one as well. Over this one, depends if you want more bass than what the G10 would put out. I mean, I'm not sure how much bass that you want, but there's definitely more prominent on the Star 1 and the Q5 over the G10. But those are my kind of thoughts on these two new ones and this cable. And I'll put in the description, I'll put the link for this one. I love this cable. I was more excited about the cable than the IEM'S, to tell you the truth. But I was more than shocked of the G10. I think that's a banger for them, especially at that price. This is Tone Deaf Monk. Thank you once again. Appreciate it.